Hello, everyone. I'm Avi Bitterman, and today I'm going to be starting a part one of a multi-part video series on how to improve your experience with digital dermatopathology, how to make your practice more efficient, and how to make your diagnoses more accurate using the digital systems. For those who don't know, digital pathology in general is an up-and-coming field in which instead of signing cases out on physical slides, one looks at the scanned image of the slides and makes the diagnosis. So one thing we're going to discuss today to make one's practice more efficient is clickless panning. One thing I see very commonly in terms of how people approach digital dermatopathology is they do this sort of thing right here, where they look at a specimen, they'll zoom in so they can see at the appropriate magnification, and then they'll do this movement right here. They'll click, they'll drag to move the click, drag, drag. This is a very inefficient and time-consuming process. And those who are adept at picking things up it's just a time waster. You could have just moved the slide physically much faster. You want to be able to move it faster on the digital slide. This is not a problem when you are looking at a very complicated case and you have to think about it anyway. Then it doesn't matter what you do or how you pan because you're going to take amount of time on the slide anyway. You're going to be thinking. However, with the bread and butter cases, so for example, in this case, this is an excision of a melanoma, and we're looking for residual, so re-excision. This is a bread and butter thing we see all the time. And my job here is to essentially find the residual melanoma if it's there, look for biopsy site changes, and if it is there, determine the margins. So you can imagine how going through multiple blocks and doing this is very time consuming. So what can we do? Well, one way of clickless panning is to do this, where we have a system where if we move to one side or the other, we can pan, but this is very inefficient also. This is slow, and even if we make it fast, it's too clunky. It's not really an efficient process. Some people have tried using their keyboards. So this is a keyboard pan. Same story. I still have to click, 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 and then it's it's also clunky. It's clunk, clunk, clunk. So it's not smooth. The best way of clickless panning for cases like this that I found is to use a magnifying function. A magnifying function is like a scan slide within a scan slide. You can think of slideception. I'm going to show you what it looks like right now. Boom, there it is. So this is your magnifying glass, and you can tailor your magnifying glass to whatever dimensions you want to take up on a slide. And you can pan just with the mouse, just by moving it. You don't have to do anything beyond that. And also, just like you could zoom on a regular slide, you can zoom in and out with the magnifying glass. If I want to go out, I zoom out. If I want to go in, I zoom in. So if I want to pan, I see something of interest, I go in. Pan, go in, go out. And I can quickly tab in, tab out. So I can put it on, put it off, wherever I want. And you can see how this is a much quicker pan than what I was doing before. And if you want to do it at a increased magnification, it is still a quicker pan. And it also mimics the type of thing you would do on a regular slide. You can do it this fast on a regular slide. So it replicates or recapitulates, as some may say, that type of movement. Much more efficient. So just to show a quick overall about how this might work in practice, you see your slide, okay, it's an excision. You pan, you make sure you're not seeing your residual melanoma, not seeing anything, not there. Okay, very good. Keep going. Still not finding much. I'm panning without, and again, not click dragging. Still panning. And here, I see something. And I can still zoom in. And now I see my melanoma. Now I may do some stains to see if there's an invasive component hiding in these lymphocytes, but I have found what I need to find, and I'm looking at my margins, and my margins look there. And you can do all of that without going through every single block and dragging. So much more efficient just to do this. Find it, go in, do what you need to do. All of it is clickless. So that is Clickless Pen. In the next video, we'll talk about multiple staining sections in the same slide. Thank you.